All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the show. How is everything looking? I forgot to change my settings. That's a big whoops. To quote Devo, I'm in a big mess. Right, so you know what? I'm gonna do what I can to change that real quick. That's not Stream Manager, you doofus. There we go. That's it. I don't know if it'll actually stick because, gotta say, in my past experience, every time I try to change stream info while I'm streaming, it doesn't actually change. It just winds up feeling like I've wasted my time. But you know what? That's fine. At least I try, right? Alright. Okay. As soon as I get this done, we can get right into the game. Boink. There we go. Beautiful. And we will hope that it sticks. Wow, I've got 5 viewers. That's kind of amazing. Some of you may leave disappointed. Hey, you're right, Pathologic is not Dragon Age. That was yesterday. Okay, there we go. It looks right now. Some of you may be disappointed, and you may leave, and I apologize. I hope you have a good night. But everything should be right now, correct now. There we go. All right. So, to start over here, hello everyone. Welcome to the show. I say show like I'm running a professional, like, big budget thing here. Wow, okay. Yep, that's another whoops. Clearly, I did not put enough effort in before I got started. I'm Emily, welcome to Dragon Age. Jesus Christ. So, for anyone who hasn't been coming to these, which I know at least one person hasn't, the city of Amaranthine is, it's basically under attack by sentient darkspawn, which is a thing that should not exist, but apparently does. So, we're about to go out and try and defend the city. The game tried to make us choose between defending the city and defending our fortress. And I chose the city. Why is everybody dead? Why am I the only person still standing? What happened? Pretty much every enemy at this point is a one-hit kill, so, like... I'd say pretty much. Wow, okay, there's more of you. That's not cool. Is there a spawn point over here? Just creating you things, these things? Yeah, the first one here, I tried to sort of combine both older and, at the time, contemporary RPG elements. So, like, mostly you just, like, right-click on an enemy to start attacking it. And, like, it feels like it's intended to be played in this isometric view. You can also go to an over-the-shoulder view here. Personally, like I said, I kind of prefer the isometric. That's not quite what I meant to do. There we go. Did this guy just come out of this building? Speaking of which... nope, not that. Main plot. The assault on Amaranthine. The Darkspawn appear to be entering the city through a Crown and Lion Inn. Yes, that is. It did come through the inn. I mean, honestly, I just kind of want, like, the rest of my party to be alive again, so... I think I kind of have to kill everything before I can leave. It may not work, but I'm gonna try. I will say, though, by the time that Inquisition, the most recent Dragon Age game, was released, it kind of given up on these older RPG trappings. Cannot do this while in combat. Well, I'm constantly in combat. And that's my objective. There we go. Everybody's alive again. But yeah, like I was saying, by the time that the last game came out, they sort of didn't do this sort of thing anymore. It's just sort of a more standard BioWare RPG. Well, more standard modern BioWare RPG, I guess. A little less like this, and a little more like what we wound up with in the Mass Effect series. Oh, you're a big bad. So why are we not attacking? Haha, you lost your head. That's not good. Oh, thanks, guys. You prevented me from getting nommed to death. Yeah, the other two Dragon Age games are a lot closer to Mass Effect than they are to what they did with this. Don't get me wrong, I like all of them, but I kind of prefer the darker tone of this one. And I will say, Dragon Age 2 kind of doesn't have much of a plot. I mean, Dragon Age 2 honestly feels like it was purely made as a way to link Origins to Inquisition.
Trap ahead.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know if I can disarm that. There we go. That works. This one, I think, does try a little too hard in a couple places. Like the existence of the Brood Mothers, which is the bane of my existence. For anyone who hasn't been here before, the Brood Mothers are, the Brood Mothers are how these... The Darkspawn... it's how they breed. And I really hate that it's part of the lore of this series. I really want to unlock Battle Mage for you, but I don't know how or where to do that. And the game's almost over, so... You know, you'll be fine.
Never any shortage of these ones.
Oh! You're new. You look different than the others. I don't like it. And I'm not alone in that, by the way. My boyfriend loves horrifying bug monsters, and he hates these things as well.
Yes.
Oh, and, much to my... What's the word? Not enthusiasm. I was gonna be sarcastic, but you know what? Fuck it. There's a brood mother in this expansion, and I hate that. So, get ready. You get to see the worst thing. Not yet, but it's coming. Wow, I am seriously running out of room for abilities. I mean, for one, they're gross. For two, they're basically the product of, like... I don't want to say it, but they're women who were kidnapped by the Darkspawn and then are, like, forced to eat the flesh of their own people, and the Darkspawn molest them and puke on them until they turn into a giant monster that makes baby Darkspawn. I hate everything about them. I appear to be trapped. You won't distract me with your ogre. Get back here. I'm gonna wreck your shit, bro. I swear, I'm spending this entire fight on my ass. Why does he keep doing that? I hate it. Oh, for fuck's sake. There we go. That's you done. Now to go help the rest of the party. Anders, help! Anders, help! Thanks, Anders. It's not just you. I'm showing 14% dropped frames. That's not great. My internet has admittedly been a little bit iffy today. Also, it's been really hot today, and when my laptop gets hot, the frame rate kind of takes a hit.
Commander, the Darkspawn are retreating.
I'm gonna say that might not be a you problem. How does the keep fare?
We haven't heard much, but what we have heard is not good. The Architect's messenger has given us directions to the Mother's lair. We must pursue her.
And what about the Architect?
The messenger said the Architect also planned to kill the Mother. I do not know what to make of that.
Both are monsters. Both must die.
Commander, what should we do with the messenger?
Do as you wish.
It shall be as you say. Make her watch over you, Commander.
I mean, the messenger is Darkspawn just like the rest of them. I have no real interest in keeping him alive. Except perhaps as a source of information. Like where to find the Architect later.
The story of your bravery will never be forgotten.
That's nice.
Oh, right.
I forgot this character was a rogue. Alright, so what am I doing now? Depths of Depravity. Slay the Mother.
Surely the make.
Alright, where do I need to go for that one, though?
Maker himself sent you, Commander.
Okay, to the lair of the Mother. That makes sense. That makes things easy. Oh, I see a big skull and crossbones over the keep. That's not good. That means that everybody's dead. Is that why we don't see any of these characters in the sequel? Nope, wait, yeah, no, Cunning's great, yeah. I don't know why I thought this was Anders and not Nathaniel.
You should let Sir Pouncelot out more. Must be stuffy in that robe.
Out? You mean out to play with the Darkspawn? Such a great idea.
All right, I see your point.
More Darkspawn.
Sir Pouncelot will have plenty of time to play when the Darkspawn issue is dealt with. I love monster infighting.
Going.
You know what? Like, this is a really random thought. But, like, you know what game I really wish I could get on PC? Alien vs. Predator Extinction. It was an RTS, but it was a console exclusive. What kind of sense does that make? I mean, because let's face it, consoles were definitely not made for RTS type games. You kind of need a mouse. There are so many monsters. Oh, hey, an ogre. Damn it. Help. 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 Thank you. Okay, you're next, mage. Console RTS is about what you'd expect, just with clunkier controls. I'm not sure that I need anything in this area. I might have missed a turn somewhere. Do seem to be a lot of dead dragons, though. It's interesting. Whoa! Speaking of... Alright. Oh shit, I'm almost dead. There we go. Two dragons down. For anyone who's not aware, the final boss of the base game is basically a demon-possessed dragon. Drake's Fall. I'm gonna assume that's where I need to go. All right. So, we're going after the mother, which is, as I said earlier, a brood mother, which is my least favorite thing about this entire franchise. And then I assume that we're gonna have to go after the architect. Because I'm pretty sure that he is the main source of the threat here. I was gonna say I didn't know there was a Tom Clancy RTS, but I also generally don't like Tom Clancy games. I mean, I've already explained why I like that it's basically a product of rape and cannibalism. And I can pull up an image. There we go. That's a good one. Okay, and there we go. That's what brood mothers generally look like. You had one as a boss in the base game. And it was a huge pain in the ass. But then I found out there was like a super easy strategy to it. But I still hate it, just as an aspect of the lore. And then I'm trying to... There we go. I mean, you're gonna see her soon enough anyway. But here is the mother that we're chasing down now. It's a much more, I hesitate to say sexy version of the brood mother. Although I know that there are probably quite a few people who are down with that. She's got like spider legs growing out of her back, and anyway, that's what we're up against. I hate them. I wish that they weren't part of the lore. Okay, I thought there was going to be the big murder animation that we've seen a billion times by now. But it was not. Flesh pod.
Yes.
Why would you just reach into something that is basically a... Why'd you reach into a flesh pod? Just in general. I was going to say why'd you reach into something that's called a flesh pod, but... If it's just like a ball of skin and goo, why would you stick your hand into that? I'll be honest, I don't even remember The Mummy Returns. Like, I know I saw it, and I know I didn't like it. But I think I just kind of blocked out most of it from my memory. Now lately, like, it seems to keep popping up on my YouTube recommendeds. And I'm finding out, like, that it's actually worse than I remember. And there's the architect.
So we meet again. No, Uther. That is not how this must begin. I owe you an apology, Commander. When last we met, I intended to explain myself. Fate, however, intervened.
I escaped, you mean?
I restrained you, only to prevent the misunderstanding that occurred with the rest of your order.
Misunderstanding? Is that what you call it?
I sent the Wizards to ask for the Grey Warden's help. I should have anticipated that you might view our approach as an attack. I am rarely able to judge how your kind will react. It was most unfortunate.
Oh yeah, The Mummy was great. The Mummy Returns was not. He took those men and bled them dry.
The Grey Wardens that were brought to me were already dead. I took their blood just as I took yours, because I had little choice. Things have not gone as I planned. I only ask that you hear me out. Should you still wish to slay me afterwards, you may try.
Fine, I'll hear you out. Also, Brendan Fraser can do no wrong. How do you explain Monkey Bone?
My kind has ever been driven to seek out the old gods. This is our nature. When we find one, a blight is begun. Each time we attack your surface lands and you fight back until we are defeated. To break the cycle, my brethren must be freed of their compulsion. For that, I need Grey Warden blood.
Why do you need Warden's blood?
In order to become what you are, you drink the blood of my kind. To transform. Similarly, we must transform. I have created a version of your joining that uses the blood of Grey Wardens. You take the taint into yourself. What we take is your resistance. That is how my brethren are freed. In your blood lies the key to their immunity against the call of the old gods.
I like my blood where it is, in my veins.
Alright, I don't know what's going on, but it kind of worries me. Some new Darkspawn seem intelligent, others are insane.
Once they are freed, the Darkspawn think for themselves. They speak, they act. Some, however, have reacted poorly. They are flawed and they rage against me. The Mother gathers them to stop me, as she seeks to stop you. I cannot defeat the Mother alone, and I cannot free the Darkspawn unless she is defeated. Our goals are the same.
This reeks of stupid. The last thing we need is more Darkspawn thinking for themselves.
Darkspawn or no, he has a good point. Do we really want to keep killing each other forever?
Help me kill the Mother, and after it is done, I will leave to continue my work.
Stealing blood from Wardens is perverse.
I thought it little different from your order's use of Darkspawn blood. We both do what we must in response to the Blight. The first blood came from Uther, freely given. She was a Grey Warden, as you are, and joined us many years ago.
And how did you become freed?
I was born as I am, an outsider amongst my kind. Why? I do not know. Why does some of your kind become Grey Wardens? Why do some possess magic? I have no answers.
Perhaps the other Darkspawn don't want to be free.
And how would they know when the choice has been deprived of them? Without choice, there is only one path before them, and that leads to the Blight. I believe there is another way.
What is this mother exactly?
My most flawed creation. Freedom drove her mad, and she has poisoned the minds of the others. She has influence with the ones who have not been freed, and she gathers them as an army. I do not seek to rule, my brethren. I only seek to release them from their chains.
While I'm thinking this over, since we're briefly discussing Brendan Fraser, whoops. I do want to say, how do I spell his name? A-N? Brendan Fraser. I have no idea how to spell his name. Yeah, there it is. Airheads. If you've never seen Airheads, check out Airheads. That's a pretty good movie. Where is it? There we go. There we go. That's not quite what I was hoping for. Oh, shit. Scooting my, There we go. Airheads. It's got Steve Buscemi in it. And Adam Sandler, which I don't remember. But, basically, they're a rock band that winds up accidentally taking over a local radio station. It's a pretty goofy movie. It is definitely a product of its time. But I quite enjoy it, so I want to shout this one out. Like I said, I thought it was fun. I saw it on no, God, the movie's called Airheads. I didn't see it on Airheads. Netflix. I watched it on Netflix a few years back. I quite liked it. So yeah, I'll toss that one out. As far as Brendan Fraser movies go, he's done a lot, and I think most of them are good. I'm just saying, Monkey Bone also happened. You know what? I would flip a coin, but my phone and my coin flip app are on the other side of the room, so I do what I always do. I'm gonna mash both buttons at once, see what happens.
But we could have stopped this cycle of blights and old gods.
How very unfortunate. But I cannot blame you. You are as bound to your nature as we are to ours. I am sorry, Uther. It appears that I will not be able to keep my promise after all.
Apparently I said no.
Commander, for fighting to preserve my destiny.
Hang on. Gonna load the autosave. I mean, I would like to ask what you folks watching think, but none of you are giving me much feedback. We're just talking about 90s movies.
Commander, I am rarely able to judge how your kind. I only ask that you to break the cycle.
Okay, I'm gonna.
My brethren,
So this happens again. Great.
help me kill the mother. And after it is done, I will leave to continue my work.
So honestly, while it may turn out to be a bad idea, I'm thinking I want to say yes. I want to help. Um, the Darkspawn are basically feral humanoid creatures that basically pop out of the ground once every so many decades and just start destroying everything and murdering people. In my order, the Grey Wardens exist to stop that from happening. And also, they infest what is known as the Deep Roads, which is like a series of underground tunnels that are connected to ancient dwarven cities. So, they're a constant threat to the dwarves. But for the surface world, they only pop up once every, like, I don't know, 50 to 60 years, I think. And this guy isn't feral, as you can tell. He's pretty sapient. So, bit of a different animal. Didn't mean that to come out quite that way. Different, horse of a different color? Hang on. I can't think of a good idiom. Never mind.
What if he's wrong? What if this doesn't stop the blight but makes something worse?
No! No! This is a monster! I can't let you do this!
But you want to stop the blights once and for all?
I do, but... I hope you know what you're doing.
I don't!
Thank you, Commander. I realize what a leap of faith this is for you. I hope that I prove worthy of your trust. The mother lies ahead, Warden. I cannot approach her physically. Her children protect her from my power. But when you reach her, I will do whatever I can to help you. You have my promise.
Okay, so I think basically what I've unlocked here is, I basically unlocked, extra help for the boss fight. And of course, realistically, we can always, like, backstab the architect. I don't know if that'll be an option, but... basically, yeah, to stop them from being these feral monsters that only exist to try and destroy the world. And according to the in-world religion, the Darkspawn exist because a group of Tevinter wizards attempted to basically go into heaven where they weren't supposed to be, and they basically wound up breaking everything, and were eternally cursed. And they became the first Darkspawn, and that's why the world is shit. Owie. I see that my character model decided to go in the opposite direction of the ogre I was killing, so that's fun. It's got nothing to do with, like, adherence to old laws. I mean, it's like if there's an aggressive animal charging at you, you have to deal with it. Don't eat me! Whoopsies. That would be the Grey Wardens. And, basically, the whole reason the Grey Wardens exist is to kill Darkspawn when a blight happens. Ouch. Don't eat me! Somebody help! Okay, Sigrun appears to be dead. Oh, you're a fucking mage. If I had known there was a mage, I would have gone for you first. I know that I say a lot of things in combat that make it sound like I hate mages. Including, but not limited to, the sentence, I hate mages. But I typically don't hate mages. I hate fighting mages. They tend to pose the greatest threat in most combat situations. Okay. Oh, there you are.
Now the pieces fall into place. The Grey Warden comes, the instrument of the Father. Oh, and the Father, he is but a shadow. Oh, how my children protect me. How they love me.
I have told you many times, Mother. I am not the Father. I am simply the Architect.
It does not change what you are. You Beautiful music left us with nothing.
It was a mistake to free you. It has left you with madness. I am truly sorry.
Even were she not mad, the mother would still be disgusting. What's done is done. The mother is a horror and must die.
But perhaps the warden would like to hear how it was that the father began the blight. You want the source of the archdemon? The one who brought all our kind to the surface? Here he is!
We should never have trusted any Darkspawn.
There it is then. Unfortunate. I did find the old god Athemiel, but I did not wish another blight. I attempted my joining ritual. My hope was that this would free all Darkspawn, unravel the curse from its source. Alas, I was unlucky.
You even think about the repercussions of your actions?
It is not the way of the Grey Wardens to do what must be done. In the name of combating the Blight is a menace, both for your people and for mine. To end it requires sacrifice and risk.
And how lonely the father was. How terrible to be the outcast, the outsider. He claims he wishes the Darkspawn to be free, but what he truly wants is to correct them.
However you feel about what I have done, the mother is mad. She cannot be allowed to...
Begone, Shadow! Any more than you already have. And now the hero is alone. Oh, the mother knows your ways. You will not let her be, no, not after what she's done. So it must end. It all must come crashing down! Perhaps we will hear the song again when we die. Oh, let it come. Let it come.
You want me to raise the game audio? Well, what I could do is I can turn up my PC audio and hope for the best. But I don't think I wanna mess with my settings in OBS because I feel like it's only gonna be a matter of time before shit gets too loud and starts to drown me out. Now that some people would complain, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, on my end, the game is generally really loud anyway, so we'll see how it goes now. What am I doing? I'm gonna die. Yeah, it was hard to hear the mother because she was whispering and because there was like an explosion noise. Okay, do I not have everyone's tactics set? What the hell? Nobody's using... Nobody's using poultices. And poor Sigrid's dead already, so I don't think it'll make any difference to her, but self Health below 25%. Use most powerful poultice. Because we're at a point now where, I think the least powerful poultices aren't going to do much. God damn it. Almost got eaten alive by grubs. God damn it! Okay, good. And there goes Nathaniel, so I think I might be fucked. Okay, I thought that I might find a spot where I wouldn't be attacked by the tentacle. It appears I was wrong. I don't have any bombs, do I? Well, I have this. Oop. Hang on. Okay. This ought to do it. Just firebomb myself. Oh, son of a taint. I'm gonna try and my objective right now, as far as I think, is kill off the grubs and then finish off the tentacle. Assuming I don't get eaten alive first. Okay, I Tepalorded. So I was told that I should stock up on health potions before I started the final battle here. I can see why. And I could be wrong, but I'm thinking that once the tentacles get to a certain level of health, they wind up summoning more of the grubs. So like right here, there should be more grubs coming, right? If my hypothesis is correct. No grubs? No grubs. Lovely. Alright. Yep, here come grubs. That tentacle has been dealt with. So I'm very disappointed that my party got taken out as quickly as it did. And I know that I'm jinxing myself by saying this, but like, so far things are going all right. Okay, more poison. I didn't think that would work. It never does. Oh, that's not good. That is very good. I appreciate that. Oh no, health though, health. Heal. Heal, you dumb donut!
Let's do this quickly, shall we? Behind you!
Come on, get back in there.
Time to play. That won't stop me.
Heal yourself, please. Heal yourself again, please. Oh, fuck! Heal.
Spinning.
Got that just in time. And she's down. Woo! Are you just gonna leave that dagger behind? Oh, that's the end. Okay. After the death of the mother, the remaining Darkspawn forces scattered and fled back into Deep Roads. The raids on Amaranthine came to an abrupt end. The Architect apparently kept his word, gathering his remaining disciples to follow the rest of their kind back underground. Those Grey Wardens in other nations were appalled to hear of the Architect's continued existence, but were unable to track him down despite years of effort. Some within the Order have claimed that the Architect's survival guarantees another blight, and yet the Deep Roads have lately been quieter than they recall. Most have resignedly decided that it is now in the Maker's hands. Word of the Grey Warden's heroic salvation of Amaranthine spread like wildfire. Then when the magnitude of the losses at Vigil's Keep came to light, sympathy drove generous donations from all over Ferelden into the region's coffers. Amaranthine was restored to her former glory within a year, Vigil's Keep in 5. Vigil's Keep stood alone against a horde of Darkspawn. The Mother's forces outnumbered the Vigil's defenders many times over. The battle was long and furious, but the defense was doomed from the outset. Barely a soul made it out of the Vigil alive, although the Darkspawn army paid for its victory in a mountain of dead. A statue and plaque erected on the ruins of the Vigil now commemorate its defenders. Their sacrifice saved all of Amaranthine. With the Vigil destroyed, the Wardens took residence within the palace of the city of Amaranthine. For the commander, this is a politically trying time. With the loss of the Warden's military force, some of the more conniving minor nobles saw an opportunity to shrink their alliance. With Valana and the Architect gone from the region, the Pilgrim's Path began to see traffic again. The massacre of the militiamen and the merchants, however, led to hostilities between the neighboring human settlements and any Dalish clans that passed by. The Dalish are elves, by the way, for those of you who don't know. Because I know that there's at least one person watching who knows literally nothing about this franchise. One human villager soon kidnapped and murdered a Dalish child. The clans reacted by giving the Winding Wood a wide berth, but both sides know that at some point the elves will return for revenge. A few years after Kal Hirol was emptied of Darkspawn, Orzammar began sending expeditions to rediscover the knowledge of smithing that had been lost within the Taig. This is the dwarves now. Eventually, House Helmi decided that Kal Hirol was too important to be abandoned. At a tremendous cost of dwarven lives, they cleared the tunnels leading to Kal Hirol of all Darkspawn, making the road between Orzammar and the fortress safe again. Kal Hirol was reclaimed for Orzammar once and for all. In time, the Arling began to forget the tales of apparitions in the Black Marsh, and ever so slowly, settlers drifted into the region. Scholars said the veil was still thin, and thus the area still dangerous, but the people only cared that there were no longer frightened whispers in the shadows. The village was slowly rebuilt. Twice the Baroness's mansion was rebuilt and occupied, once by a wealthy merchant, and another time by an Orlesian mage. Both died mysteriously. Afterwards, the mansion was torn down completely and the site left untouched. Anders remained with the Grey Wardens a few years longer, training the Order's next generation of mages. When the Circle Tower called on him to deliver a lecture on the nature of the Architect, much to the Templars' dismay, Anders told the commander of the Grey that his time with the Warden was over. Now that Anders was no longer a Warden, the Templars declared him apostate and began a search. The closest they came to finding him was a rumor that he joined the crew of a merchant ship with a certain female captain. When the walls of Vigil's Keep were breached, the surviving defenders watched in horror as a section of stone collapsed upon Valana. When the rubble was later cleared, however, there was no body. Valana was just gone. After spending a number of years with the Warden, Nathaniel realized the life was not for him. He said goodbye to his sister Delilah and his new nephew, then left to seek his fortune. In time, that nephew became a Grey Warden himself, in emulation of Nathaniel, then rose to Warden Commander. He brought honor to the Howe name once again. Kristoff's broken body was found in the ruins of Vigil's Keep. It was, of course, unclear whether the spirit of justice perished or simply departed. At the least, Kristoff's wife Aura was finally able to claim her husband's ashes. With the mother dead, Sigrun seemed to lose her purpose. She withdrew from her friends in the Order and spoke to them less and less each day. One morning, Sigrun was simply absent, her bed made and her trunk emptied. The young recruit who had been up in the night said she had left for her calling, gone to finish what she had started in Calhiral. Oghren died in battle as befits a warrior and a Grey Warden. He was returned to the stone deep within Vigil's Keep. At his funeral, Felsi accepted the Warden Commander's condolences with tears in her eyes and their child in her arms. As for the savior of Ferelden, she did not remain as commander of the Grey for long. The Darkspawn were no longer a real concern, the blight well and truly over. It was time for her to move on. Some claim the commander reunited with the red-haired bard known as Leliana, and that they adventured together still. The pair were spotted in Denerim a year after the Blight's end. No matter the truth, the commander never did return to Vigil's Keep. And that's it! That is the Awakening expansion. It's the first time I've ever played that one. It was a bit shorter than I expected, and like I said a couple streams ago, it seems like ages ago, but it was just like a week ago. I think it was mostly side quests. So, pardon me. We still have Witch Hunt, which acts as an epilogue to the base game. Darkspawn Chronicles, Leliana's Song, which is sort of a prequel, and the Golems of Amgarak, which I know nothing about. So you can look forward to those in future streams. That guarantees there's at least another 4, maybe another 2 streams of this. Who knows, depending on how long they are. I think they're all only like about an hour and a half to 2 hours long, so probably not that long. But yeah, so that's the end of the Awakening expansion. I thought it was kind of neat, a little gross, but you know, it happened. What is going on there? Okay, doesn't matter. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna end it. It's only been about an hour and a half, so it's a bit early, but I don't think that's such a bad thing necessarily. I don't want to jump into the next DLC just yet. So hang on. What? Whoop, go away. Interesting way to end a game. Such a detailed epilogue that I imagine was a summary for every choice you made throughout the game. Well, not quite every choice, because I mean, this expansion didn't really have a lot of choices. But I mean, there were a lot of characters, and I know that I could have done more with those characters, but I kind of rushed to the end. So anything else that could have been done has not been done. Like I know I've heard that Anders and Justice could have formed an alliance, because you may have noticed that it mentioned Spirit of Justice. Not the Ghost Rider character. But we found the body of a dead Grey Warden, Kristoff, that was possessed by a Spirit of Justice. And I've heard that, like, it was possible for Anders to basically take in the Spirit of Justice, so they would be, like, sort of sharing his body. I'm not sure how that would happen, how I would have made that happen. That's a thing I clearly didn't do. Pardon me. Goodness. But yeah. I think it was just supposed to be sort of a rundown of where everybody ended up, especially after I made my decision whether to defend the city or the keep. I think that was sort of the main choice that was being discussed there. Yeah, like I said, this is that is scooted over. Why is that? There we go. I knew that looked wrong. Anyway, like I said, this is where I'm gonna end it tonight. A little bit early, but that's not a huge problem. So yeah, like I said, you can look forward to the other campaigns in future streams. Next stream is obviously going to go back to Pathologic 2, so get excited for that. I know I am, because whether you hear, whoop, didn't mean to do that. Whether you hear it last time or not, we've just gotten to day 3. We just finished day 3 in Pathologic 2. So now, everything's starting to go to shit. And it's only gonna get worse from here. So, you know, come to the Pathologic 2 streams if you want to see me panic. But yeah, for now, this one's done. This one's over, so thank you everybody for coming and hanging out for a little while. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Roadkill, you should definitely come back for the others so you can see some of the DLC, which I'm pretty sure mostly doesn't have much to do with the base game. But it'll give you a little more of a look at what the base game was like, I guess. But yeah, you should. I would highly recommend that you check this one out. This is a really good game, in my opinion. It's also like the darkest in the franchise. Like I've said before, it's got a little bit more. Like the writing feels a little more focused in this one, in my opinion. But anyway, like I was saying, thank you everybody for coming. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Y'all know the drill by now. Follow if you're not already. Pardon me. I don't know if they're on Steam, but I got them on Origin because they're published by EA. So I assume that's in a similar way to Mass Effect, that you kind of have to download those from Origin if you play on PC. But as I was saying, if you want to help support the streams, you can subscribe here on Twitch or on YouTube, because this will go up on YouTube eventually. If you subscribe on Twitch, you can get at least one of these nifty little emotes. Pardon me. And yeah, if you use Twitch Prime, you get 1 free subscription every month. You can use that on me. I get a little bit of money. You don't have to spend any. Everybody wins. Or you can check out my Patreon at patreon.com/EerieEmily. Pledge as little as $1, getting you added to the list, gets right off at the end of every single live stream. Hello! Roadkill just subscribed. Hooray! That's nice, thank you. I do appreciate that. Now I have 3 subscribers. But yeah, pledge at least $1 to my Patreon. Get your name added to the list. Gets it read off at the end of every single live stream. Big thanks, as always, to my patrons. I don't have the list up in front of me, so I gotta remember from memory. Jenna Bradford, of course, and Hugh C. Tanner. Yep, those are the ones. I had a third, but they decided to unpledge. So that's not a big deal. I just, if anybody's wondering why that list seems a little bit shorter. Yeah, so Roadkill, since you just subscribed, I'm pretty sure you get the happy emote there. You can spam that all you want. But yeah, if you don't want to do the whole monthly thing on Patreon, you can check out my coffee page at ko-fi.com/EerieEmily. If you don't want to do that, you can also check out my, I've got a tip jar under the video here on Twitch. And I do have a merch store over on Teespring, which Roadkill is at least a little bit familiar with. Tonight, I'm showing off the Queen of the Dark shirt, because when you call yourself Eerie, you've got to have gotta have at least one merch design that fits the bill, right? Gotta be a little spooky. And I do think this is a really cool design. Designed by Pulltooth on Fur Affinity. If you want to go check him out. Pardon me, good lord. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. I'm kind of babbling. I don't know what to do. I'm used to these streams going like 4 hours. And this one's only been an hour and a half. But yeah, thank you again, everybody, for coming and hanging out for a little while. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. My kitty came to say hello. Sweetie girl. Yes, hope you had a good time. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening from here on. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now, everyone.